Hello, my name is Colton Shepherd, and I'm here to talk to you about the synoptic gospels. Now, as you may know, there is 4 gospels in the New Testament of the Bible, but only 3 of them are considered to be a part of the synoptic gospels, and that is Matthew, Mark, and Luke. John is the 4th gospel, but it's the one that's left out and not considered to be one of the synoptic gospels. Matthew is the first book. He was an actual disciple of Jesus. The whole basis of that book in itself was to show that Jesus is the Messiah to the people, to show that he is the true Savior, the true King, the true prophet that that the Jews were waiting on to come and save them from Rome at that time period, the people that had him captured. Matthew shows that by first starting the book off with showing the ancestor line of Jesus from the beginning all the way to David and then eventually to Jesus himself. And the interesting thing is he only uses the male side of things and doesn't show any of the female side of things. So you only get to see that one side of his ancestral line. Matthew, he liked to show the importance of miracles and other things that happened. And so reading and researching, you might find out that the accounts that happen when you're reading them aren't in chronological order. Matthew, they believe, felt was more, again, trying to show who Jesus really was and not too concerned about how it happened and when it happened, but the fact that it did happen. It also uses the most Old Testament references and the messianic titles such as Son of David than any other of the Gospels in the Bible. The second guy is Mark. He was not a first disciple of Jesus, but was believed to be discipled by Peter and also around Paul later on too as well. His book, his gospel, was most likely the first written, according to the historians, and then the rest came afterwards. His has more miracles than any other gospels in the New Testament. And so he's truly showing all the great things that Jesus did. And you could also look at that as to see that like Jesus was the Messiah, and that's what he was wanting to show, and that's what he was wanting to do. But again, that he wasn't actually there with Jesus, more than likely, that he got told on a secondhand account, but was truly touched and moved to write a book, and it was something that stuck for a lifetime. The third one is Luke. His is the most comprehensive of all. Most historians believe through the writings that, and the terminology that he uses, that he was probably really well educated and more likely a physician, such as a doctor or so. In the terms of how he just describes the body, how he describes sicknesses, and just the terminology that they would have used probably in that time period in first century Israel. But he was discipled by Paul. He was also not a first disciple of Jesus. And he was actually with Paul. And Luke, as you also may know, eventually went to go on and write Acts. And in Acts, you'll actually see him like accompany Paul on some of his mission trips going on. And again, John's the 4th gospel, but it's left out. It's not considered to be one of the synoptic gospels, but John is the disciple whom Jesus most loved. And so it is a super good one, a super one touching about Jesus being the true Son of God. But overall, the Gospels are obviously about Jesus, about his life, how he was raised, who his parents were. Again, it's mostly in Matthew, but there is an ancestral line to show the connections there, and then how he is the son of David, the son of God, and to show that he came down to advance his kingdom, and through that, by doing miracles and providing for people and just speaking to people and being their friend. And so I encourage you to go read through all of them and dig in and find the historical stuff as well. It's super educating and good. Thank you very much for listening to this.